What's up, guys? MrGimms back again, and today it's time for another GimmsRant, and the topic of discussion is Chapter 24, End Transmission, the Singularity, and Gabriel Soma being the two characters being introduced into the game, as well as the new map, the blah, 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 blah. I don't know what it's called. Google it. The alien map, you know what it is, you know what I'm talking about. I just want to do a breakdown, give you my thoughts and opinions. Before we get into that, don't forget I'm live right now over on Twitch, discovering if the Singularity is going to annoy me any more than it possibly could, as well as figuring out why, oh why, they added a perk like made for this into the game. Let's get into it. Now, my first opinions I want to go over is on the survivor, Gabriel Soma, and what in particular he brought into the game. Because at the end of the day, characters really don't matter. I mean, it's great for people to have representation and feel good with their, their favorite characters and stuff. Don't get me wrong. But for me, it's always the gameplay thing. And for me, that's the key issue I have with this character. So yeah, he's a cool looking character. I actually don't think he's too bad, to be honest. I think he's pretty sick. I haven't read any of his lore or history. I'm not really interested in that right now, but I want to direct your attention to the main problem of this, and that is made for this. I'm going to give you a breakdown. Made for this activates while you are in the injured state. You run 3% faster. After you finish healing another survivor, gain the endurance status effect for 10 seconds, okay? So you can do a little bit with that, especially with the healing thing there as well. Right, so, made for this, yeah? Let's pair this with a couple of things. I mean, Dead Hard, whatever. We'll get rid of that for now. That's irrelevant. Hope, right? Good old Hope. As soon as the exit gates are powered, you gain a 7% haste effect. This does not change. It does not go away. This is just, it exists forever in that part of the game, once they're powered. Teamwork, power of 2. Whenever you finish healing another survivor, you both move 5% faster as long as you stay within 12 meters of the survivor you healed or until one of you loses a health stake. Teamwork, power of 2 can only trigger once every 140 seconds. Well, yippee for that. Because Jesus Christ, at the end of the day, this is ridiculous. There's plenty of videos on Twitter and content creators are putting them out there. I don't know if I'm going to find it and put it into this bit because I'm running low on time. But it's ridiculous. You can basically lose killers behind a wall now in the middle of a loop. I'm talking about TNL walls, straight walls. I was having all sorts of problems with this because they were essentially 125%, I think, or 115 they got to. Movement speed, I'm pretty sure it was 125. I don't know, could be wrong. Ridiculous. And you often, when you attack, miss your attack as well. So it's just very frustrating, and I think it's a call to action on what behavior truly believe when they balance things, when they bring things into this game. I think there's two considerations. One is balance, obviously. Needs to fit within the parameters of the game, not break the game, and not be too weak as well. We do see a lot of weak perks come into the game. We don't really talk about that, but that's neither here or there right now. Let's get back on subject. So balance is important. And 2, and this is one that I will be a little bit biased on, and that survivors whip out a lot of the time. It's just not fun. It's something that you see a lot of the time on the forums and on Twitter. I'm sure killers do it too, but I just see mainly survivors, going on about it. Tunneling is boring. Camping is boring. Not being able to have a chance and constantly being targeted is boring. I 100% actually agree with that. Definitely, there's some merit to it. I don't like it either. I play both roles. But if we're going to think about fun in this aspect, you're pretty much ruining a lot of your roster. A lot of M1 killers whose power don't really help into a chase is just going to have issues. Killers like the Huntress, or, I guess you got Hatchet, so if you keep missing or whatever, I guess you're screwed. But it's just an overall constant complication. And I know a lot of people in the comment section might say, well, they're wasting two people, two survivors are basically doing nothing. They're in a loop, and they're wasting time. Absolutely, yeah, but you still got 2 other survivors doing gens here, and this can get very frustrating very quickly. And I just think in the way of fun, I don't think this hits the mark, and I think it's extremely boring, and I don't know why we added the perk into the game in the first place. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if there's any sort of address to this. We'll see if behavior are interested in doing anything with this. Probably not. You know the way they are. let's move on to the killer. I think the killer's okay. Design-wise, I think there's just too much going on. I think, I don't know. I'm not going to go on about that. That's not, you know, whatever it is. If you like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. That's fine. But in terms of a build, I've got a build that's pretty good now. I felt pretty comfortable with. I win most of my matches with him as well. These two add-ons are definitely the best so far for me. The foreign plant fibers decreases the penalty duration when stunned with a pallet after a successful slipstream teleport. I think that's pretty cool. And overclock mode duration is increased by 25. I think that's pretty cool as well. I'm having a lot of success with that. Perks are neither here nor there. I've gone back to pretty much meta. I get rid of brutal strength sometimes as well. But yeah, like the EMPs. And I think I'm just going to be, you know, saying what everyone else is thinking. The EMPs need to be nerfed. So this killer, most of my games, 75 to 80% of the match, I am just an M1 killer. When you do get a good run and you get some really good biopod hits, and then you got your slipstreams, obviously, into your overclock, really works nice and it feels really good. But those EMPs are so frequent and just too much that you can be in a chase with a really good survivor, because that's what I've been getting a lot yesterday anyway. It can make the entire experience sullied and make you feel like you're just shit. And it ruins the killer's experience. And again, I'm going to go back to my original point, balance and fun. Balance, I think he's all right. I think he's pretty good. He's got a built-in combat build, which is great. But fun-wise, having your power taken away from you every 5 seconds in a chase really doesn't do a lot for me, and it pissed me off last night on stream. And it's still pissing me off now. He's a very frustrating killer because the survivors have a large ability to ruin your power, and I just think that's stupid. It's kind of like old school Trapper, except not as strong. The EMPs actually were nerfed in the patch notes. They increased the time on opening them. But what I find survivors are doing is they're 99ing all the chests as much as they can so they can have a clean, fresh, good run of EMPs constantly on them. It's just boring. I would nerf the shit out of the EMPs. Make them do what they do, but less frequent. It just ruins the experience of the killer. Like, I sound really biased. This sound like a killer main. But I'm serious. Nerf the fucking EMPs. In terms of the map, yeah, I don't like it. I like, again, I'm going to use it. I like what they're going for. It's an alien planet, but there's just too much going on. Too many colors. I don't know if it fits. I don't know where I am on this. The clutter is ridiculous. There's some cool little Easter eggs. A couple of like explorers and stuff like that are stuck in trees and things like that. I like the aesthetic of it in that regard, but it's an annoying map for me. Maybe I haven't figured it out yet. Maybe I need more time, but yeah, I don't know. It's not too big, I don't think. That's a good thing to say. But anyway, guys, my overall opinions on this chapter, I think it may be forgotten in T-minus, I don't know, 6 months. I don't know if anyone's going to, like, rave about it. I haven't really heard a lot of people rave about it. The killer's music as well hasn't been addressed, and it just is the worst music I've ever heard. All the music leading up to the actual chase sounds great. I just think the chase music, that, you know how it sounds, the washing machine, you get it. I just think it's crap. Uninspired as usual with a lot of things, and yeah, it's not going to be the best chapter. Why we're releasing these on anniversaries, I have no idea, but you can ask Behavior that. See if they answer you. But anyway, guys, what do you think about the chapter? What do you think about the map, the components, the characters? Let us know in the comments down below. I'm always interested to hear what you have to say and, you know, have a good dialogue with you guys. Very interested. Remembering, I'm live. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. ! Discord. And all my other links are in the description below. Get into the Discord. It's a great place. Seriously. And I hope to see you in the stream talking about this further. Have a great day, guys. See you in the next one.